It's thick 30. I've been through a lot, but I'm still flirty. Is everybody back up in the building? It's been a minute, tell me how you're healing. Cause I'm about to get into my feelings. How you feeling? How you feel right now? Oh, I've been so down and under pressure. I'm way too fine to be distressed, yeah. Oh, I'm not the girl I was or used to be. That might be better. Turn up the music, turn down the lights. I got a feeling I'm gonna be alright, okay, alright. It's about damn time. Turn up the music, let's celebrate. I got a feeling I'm gonna be okay, alright. It's about damn time. In a minute, I'ma need a sentimental man or woman.
I think that my favorite memory was going to Florida. Traveling with my high school team to a different state was super fun for me. It was something I never thought that you could do as a high school team.
First day we got there, Fleming surprised us with going to the beach.
But we got to go to the beach with all the team and like play volleyball on the beach and swim in the oceans.
We like kind of hung out in the water like really deep, and we jumped the waves and stuff.
The water was very, it had a lot of like, I don't know if it was like seaweed or something in it. So like we would go out there and then we kind of got grossed out. So we came in.
I built a sandcastle and then we played football.
Fleming went and bought footballs and volleyballs at Ron John.
Played volleyball with Leonie. We'd had to do like one hand and it was so much fun. We wake up, go play volleyball, and then spend the rest of our day at Disney World.
We're doing something volleyball related, but then most of the time it wasn't, just getting to know each other's personalities.
So we went to Animal Kingdom and Universal, I think. And yeah, so we rode a lot of roller coasters.
Our very first ride out of all the rides the whole entire like trip was Avatar. And me and Abigail especially loved that movie so much. We did get our Civico thing from that.
And it meant Rise to the Challenge, and we kind of used that as our motivation throughout the year.
There was one, and I think it was Universal Studios, and it was like straight, it literally went straight up, and we were all like sitting on there, and you got to like listen to your own music in it, and it was really scary because like it was from like the first, it just like shot straight up, and you're all like sitting back there like holding on for dear life.
It was fun to see all the girls get nervous and then I get to see them scream from behind. I sit in the back because I didn't want to block anybody's view, so that was super fun.
Going down Splash Mountain was so much fun. Everyone was screaming, and it was a really good bonding moment for the whole team.
In Florida, we were at the beach and we left before I was ready to go. I was ready to stay all day.
Well, at the beginning of the season, me and Brooklyn and a couple of other people went to Worlds of Fun, and we were playing the like balloon dart game.
It was like 2 o'clock, nobody had won.
We saw a blue elephant and we're like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's like meant to be. We have to get him.
Grace went and a couple of my other friends went and played, and they didn't win. And I was like, I know how to do this, like, I got this.
And Brooklyn went up there and she literally won on her first try.
I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? Like, it's a blue elephant, like I can't put this in my room, it's kind of big. Brooklyn comes into practice one day with this elephant, and we were all like, Brooklyn, what are you doing? And she's like, this is our new mascot, like it's coming with us everywhere.
And we're like, oh, okay, whatever. Well, we started winning, right? And then at one of our tournaments, he wasn't there.
It was the Blue Springs game, and we were losing the first set, and then we realized, oh my gosh, Edward wasn't on the bench. And so we went and got him.
And next thing you know, Jocelyn gets an ace and we win the set. We knew if we didn't have him, we were like, we're a little stuck, we need him. It was just funny how like quickly like he became so important, but it was just a little team thing that we all had together. And
it was almost like his luck was from Worlds of Fun that day, because I was the very first win of the day.
Once in a
felt like we've known Aisha all 4 years.
On the court, she's just someone you look at and you're like, wow, like I want to be like her. Like I want to have her like dominance and like her assertiveness on the court.
When we got into those big games and it was like tense and like we had to get, like she would show up and she would just go crazy. And that was what was really awesome about her, is that she always played so like everything's on the line.
When it's game time, like it's game time for her. Like she goes into like beast mode. Like I don't know if you saw the sets, the like final set against North, but like I was like set Aisha every single time.
I like that she would never get down on herself. Like maybe she'd miss a hit or miss a block, but she would always come back and like, you know, give me the hardest high five she possibly could.
Over the season, our connection grew and our trust grew. And I kept telling her, like, wherever I am, no matter the situation, always be open. And I think me telling her that really opened things up, and it's been lights out.
Ashley, she's also one of a big role model to me. She's very focused. She's very dedicated to what she did, and she was very steady with her play and her attitude. And she was just like our quarterback for the team.
She is my favorite setter by far. I feel like I never had to tell her what was wrong. Like if she maybe gave me like, you know, a 1 inch off of a good set, she would know what to do the next play.
She gave you confidence. Like if we made a mistake, it would be like always, she'd be like, what do you need? Like I can change anything. And like sometimes, most of the time it was my fault, but like she like would always just be there, and she was an amazing supporter too.
Just, it's like, I don't think I've ever seen anyone so good at something. And like, I am still to this day, like just mesmerized by some of the things, like some of the sets that she has.
She is one of the most incredible setters in the country, and what she can do compared to what other setters try to do is amazing. She sets everyone up for success. She's my sister, and the idea of her not being here next year is really hard. Phoenix is a trooper. You know, at the beginning of the season, she had a little torn ab, and that kind of put her down, and I know that like she came back from that.
Phoenix is probably one of my best friends on the volleyball team. I loved coming to practice and seeing her. She has a very good attitude about volleyball and everything in life. I want to miss her energy coming into the locker room or coming in a game, on a bus, anywhere, just singing these fun songs or lyrics.
She's my bus buddy, so we rode the bus together to away games, and we always had the best conversations and watched TikToks.
She is an insanely amazing defender.
So I'm gonna enjoy being able to make fun of her when she's diving and making the plays that nobody else is willing to make, and then seeing her make the miracle plays anyways.
She's such a good hype girl on the bench. Like we would be on the bench together, and so we would both be like crazy all the time. Like if something like nerve-wracking was about to have, like grab her leg.
I'd say this team's a little different because it's full of a bunch of seniors. We've all played with each other for years, some that I've played or known since kindergarten.
All the seniors, we really wanted to go out with a bang and just leave it all out there, because this is the last time we were ever gonna play together as us six. And yeah, ever since middle school, we've been playing together, so that's definitely helped. And I think it all goes back to kind of our connection we have with each other.
We all had the same mindset this year and the same goal.
There definitely was a goal that was in all of our minds throughout the entire season, which was to put numbers on our banner.
We always want to play for each other. We don't want to play as like 6 islands on the team.
The team bonding, I feel like, was really good this year.
The sisterhood of this team especially, was amazing. I feel like we were more of a family, like we wanted to play for each other, not just to win.
We went over to somebody's house, like team dinners all the time. We really enjoyed doing that.
There was always good food for one, so that kind of helped. And then being able to sit at a table and talk to each other while we're eating. I think eating is a really big part of culture in general, so being able to do that with the team once a week was really good for us.
Before the season even started, we were all hanging out, watching movies, sleepovers.
Even from the beginning of like summer workouts, we've all just been super close, and going to Florida with each other, and just like we've had a ton of time to just bond with each other.
I came in during the summer. I came in a month after everybody had already started, so I didn't even get in at the beginning of training. But I think that it went really well after we had our first team camp at KU, dorming with some of the girls and then getting to spend all day with them for 2 days.
Just starting off summer workouts is just like us picking each other up, was just like, just showing up there every morning, and just like, I feel like that just helped us bond.
It's just like an honor to play with such great athletes and people. And I think our team was honestly one of the best that I've ever been on. When I went on the court, they made sure that they gave me reassurance, like, you got it over and in. And I think they really did help me grow as a player.
I really appreciate how much you guys tried to include me in everything, being a new person. I also appreciate how much we were able to mesh together as a team.
Coming in, I didn't know anyone, and it was like super intimidating, and they were all like super good, and so I was like, oh my gosh, this is so bad. But I think them not only being like good athletes and like being good on the court, but like them also just being good people helped like mentor me to show like what I should be like outside of like volleyball, and like how I should just be like obviously nice to like the younger kids coming in, and just like showing them what it's like to be a Blue Jay.
Being able to cheer everyone on was probably the best experiences, and being able to tag along to Florida and Ozarks and stuff, and seeing everyone else's accomplishment was probably the best part of this season.
And it's sad that one game and we're done, but I think we proved a lot about the volleyball program this year.
35-3 is not that bad though. It just sucks that we didn't go to the end. But it's okay. Everyone's still staying up because we're still going to stay connected, and we're always a family.
There ain't no reason you and me should be alone tonight, yeah, baby, tonight, yeah, baby. I got a reason that you should take me home tonight. I need a man that thinks it's right when it's so wrong tonight, yeah, baby, tonight, yeah, baby. Right on the limits where we know we both belong tonight. It's hard to feel the rush, to rush the dangerous. I'm gonna run right you to the edge with you, where we can both fall hard in love. I'm on the edge.
Grace has made a big impact on me, because I remember last year I was sitting for districts, and I made this funny joke about her being Toes, because her last name's Tony, and so I'd call her Toes. And so every time like she's serving or she's doing whatever, I'm always like, let's go Toes, and then she always laughs at me.
She's always been my pepper partner, even when we get made fun of because we were middles, like we didn't pepper very well. But Grace will always be one of my best friends, my best volleyball teammates.
Playing with Grace, I think I'm going to miss having her on the bench beside me. I always enjoy sitting next to Grace and hearing her commentating and us getting to cheer in sync.
Grace is also a great teammate. She works super hard. Like, she is truly inspiring to everyone, like, that you can get out of any tough situation.
She loves playing volleyball, and you know, knowing the teammates that aren't going to be playing after high school, you really feel for them a lot more, because you know this really is their last ride.
Jocelyn was literally my biggest cheerleader. She's everyone's biggest cheerleader. Like, you would get a kill and she would be the first one to like come slap you on the butt. She would literally yell straight in your face.
She's very loud and talks on the court all the time, constantly. She works her butt off. She's one of the hardest workers on the team, in my opinion.
Jocelyn definitely brings the most energy. She always tells us that she never knows what she's going to say before she says it in the huddle, but I enjoy that the most because I know that it comes from the heart and it's something that we all need to hear.
Just her fire. She loves volleyball, and you can definitely tell. I mean, just knowing the history she's had with the coaches and the program.
She's constantly positive. She is always there to give you a little pep talk or whatever you need.
We are BFFs. We have our own little prayer we do before every game. We started it after the MoCan tournament. She came up to me and she put her practice shirt on. She took it off and like she had it over her head like she looked like a little nun. And so then we joked about it as like Mother Jocelyn.
Brooklyn, her fight to always want to win, and then She's so serious on the court, but then once we get off the court, it's so fun and goofy, and I think it's a really good balance with her.
She's a big role model to me on the court, at least. She brought a lot of energy to the team, and she's just very passionate, which I enjoyed watching her play.
I'm going to miss Brooklyn always being efficient on her slides and seeing her cheer after she gets them.
Her defense is absolutely crazy. She has hops.
Just her like insane athleticism blows my mind that somebody can jump like she does and literally swing and get a kill from literally anywhere on the court. She could be running the opposite direction and then start running the other direction and jump and get a kill.
She's just sunshine. She always makes everyone's day. She's laughs during practice. She gives you jokes when you need it, but she's also a hard worker. She's an amazing volleyball player, and like, I don't know, she's the complete package.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road. Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So make the best of this test and don't ask why. It's not a question but a lesson learned in time. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind, hanging on a shelf in good health and good time. Tattoos of memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth all the while. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end it's right. I hope you had the time of your life. It's something unpredictable, but in the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life.